Asato ma satkamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Mother, hold our hand, take us across to this beautiful journey of learning through Astavakra Gita. Jai Guru. Remembering the Divine Mother, the Guru, the Mother Saraswati, Mother of the Universe, Jagat Janani, we ventured once again into the Astavakra Samhita. So the Astavakra Samhita, remember this book we covered on this last Sunday and the last Thursday, touched upon a little bit. We are going to go over a little bit of this. So here is a call directly to the consciousness. Your and my consciousness is being touched, not to the body, not to the intellect, not to the mind. It is beyond. After all, we meditate. If you look carefully, meditate with our mind. We do good work with our body. But here it is a direct call to the God within us. You know, Holy Mother Sharada, Paramahamsa Ramakrishna's holy consort, Vivekananda's Guruma. Once somebody asked that, how do I learn to focus, concentrate? I want to get to the deep meditation. She said, if you cannot do, just look into this picture of Paramahamsa Ramakrishna. Look at that picture, that will be good enough for you. And what the message of the great masters is that in the entire East and West, if there has been ever a most profound book, and if you want to look at God, look at this book and understand it, make it your own. It is like looking directly into the sun, very uncomfortable. You can look into the moon. Sunlight is very hurtful and you cannot, it is that glaring. This is how Astavakra Samhita. Moon is also sunlight, but it is reflected, which is in the other Advaita Vedanta and spiritual texts that you have. So the divine within us, which is directly, is what we are dealing with it now. There are texts which talks about intellectuals, heart, which talks about mind, emotion, intellect, spiritual content. This book is says again and again and again, you are that. Tells again and again, what are you trying to renounce? We say no, develop viveka, know what is right, what is wrong, and develop detachment, vairag. Astavakra saying, my child, what are you trying to detach from? You are already detached. You can never be attached. And this connection takes you to that you, which is that God within us. We say no, God is everywhere, God is in everyone. This is that God, where Astavakra directly takes you there. And just imagine, this is the heart of consciousness, awareness, by Byron. And Thomas Byron, an English professor from Oxford, is translated this, came all the way from America, stayed here for 3 years, studied Astavakra, translated the most profound translation, and being a professor of English, did a wonderful lucid poetry, easy form. I'll read out that so that as with this background we continue with the rest of the philosophy. He goes on to say, you are pure. Nothing touches you. He's not saying learn to renounce. He's not saying learn to detach yourself. He said you are already detached. He says, what is there to renounce? Let it all go, the body and the mind. let yourself dissolve. And this whole chapter in Astavakra Gita is the chapter 5, the chapter of dissolution. Is the chapter of dissolution. Dissolution meaning go back and merge with who you truly are. 4 ways. So we covered the first one. We cover the rest 3 in brief conjunction interaction with all of us. Second, dissolution. Like bubble in the sea, all the worlds arise in you. How? I'll just explain. No, you are the self. No, you are the one. Let yourself dissolve. How can you be one with the world? Look carefully. Till the time you are conscious, unless you're conscious, you are conscious, you cannot see the world, you cannot experience, you cannot learn, you cannot eat, sleep, dream, do anything unless you're conscious. That you, what he's referring to, is not the name, body, form. You is that consciousness, which is Ishvara. Recollect, we are all Advaita Vedanta student now. Taittiriya Upanishad. That is that Ishvara which is within us, is the Chaitana, is the consciousness, is the awareness which he is talking about here. Now, third verse goes on to say, you are the world, but like the snake in the rope, it is not really there. You are pure. Let yourself dissolve. Like the snake in the rope, you look at a rope in a darkened alley near the temple, you think it's a dried up garland or maybe a rope which is lying, maybe dried up garland lying or a rope lying. But the moment you see, because it is dark, your anxiety mind says, snake, snake, snake. So like he's saying, like a snake in the rope, like you and I see. And what is 2022 Nobel laureates are telling us? Remember, Alan, Aspen, they gone ahead and discovered what? Exactly the same. Zeringer, telling you this world is not real. It appears to be real. How does it appear to be real? This is what Astavakra is directly bringing us, straight looking into the sun, the truth within us. He's going on and saying, the 4th verse, you are the one and the same, in joy and sorrow, hope and despair, life and death, you are already fulfilled. Let yourself dissolve. Let yourself merge within you, yourself. Astavakra Samhita bypasses all the just talks and taking us direct to look within us. Call to the divine within us, connection within us. Most profound literature ever found in East and West till today, as declared by the top philosopher, the monks of the world, and were truly most profound literature. Touch upon it. That is how our journey today. And we take the courage with the blessings of our Guru and the Divine Mother and Astavakra to take up the journey. It doesn't have any argument. It doesn't try to prove anything. It is just telling. So yours and my job is just to understand it, know it, and go to it. Here it goes beyond, straight to the truth, and tells us that Tvam Asi, you are that. Vivekananda is telling, all you do is polish the mirror and you look straight into you. Without polished mirror, you look at your face and the body, meaning metaphorically, allegorically. You polish the mirror, you look straight into you. Just notice, just know it. It is the truth. And once you look at it that way, you will recognize it within yourself, the truth. That calm ocean. The great enlightened masters meditate, they soar into that soul, and soul like the bird in ananda, in joy. And this is what is just like looking into Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's picture, as Holy Mother Sharada Vivekananda's Guru Ma says, the great masters and the yogis say, just read this. You will see God within you, understanding it. Such verse ends with thus dissolving. This is the dissolving into the infinite within us. Remember the first verse? Astavakra vacha nate sangho sthite nati kinshuddha shastya mucchate sanghata vilayam kurvam evam eva layam vaja. Meaning, you are never attached to anything. Just imagine, you say it is not like that. I am attached to my money, my business, my profession, my name, my body, my form. It is not true. You are not attached. The biggest attachment, look at the example. The biggest attachment known to this world, of the physical world, is the mother with a baby. Whole day the mother is holding the baby onto her. Small baby. Won't let go. But at night, when the mother goes off to sleep, and happily, her hand which was patting the baby falls off. She doesn't say, I'm not going to sleep. My baby is going away from me. She very happily lets go. This is called dissolving in the way. Oh pure one, what are you trying to give up? We are never attached to anything. If you meditate upon it, typical style of Astavakra is what we are taking you across. Everything passes away. Look at our school, colleges, our lives, our friends, and many lives as per the Hindu and many other religions. Many husbands, wives, parents, friends, sons, daughters, children, colleagues, school. Just imagine this life itself. Do you recollect that school, where it was? It's gone. I remember my school, my college. Where is it? Where am I now? Where was I, say, 40 years ago or 30 years ago? Look at it. So everything that is now here today, including this day right now, this evening, is going to go away, and it will go. Vivekananda is saying, kings die, paupers die. The most learned die and the most ignorant die. He says the richest people die and the poor people also die. The strangest, the strongest die and the weak people die. Everybody dies. That going away, the body dies. But you and I are never. That you and I is that consciousness, Chaitana, Sat Chit Ananda, is Astavakra telling us. Directly looking into the sun. Sun is yours and I, my consciousness, Chaitana. Which we forget, like we look at the full moon and we say, what beautiful moonlight. We never say, what beautiful sunlight at night. After all, moon doesn't have its own light. You and I know that scientifically. But we look at it. We forget that you and I cannot listen, read, learn, do anything unless we are conscious. This is what is the infinite which is within us. Dissolve into that by knowing it. This is the spiritual philosophy, contemplating the impermanent, which is this body, mind is not permanent, right? It is growing old and then eventually will die. To the permanent, which is what it means. We prayed death to immortality. Understanding everything is going away, will go away. It means nothing sticks to you. You are not attached to anything in this universe. Now this sounds like technical knowledge, but it is the truth. This is why become aware of it, meditate on it, and you will see progressively you will get connected. The greatest possible attachment in the world, the mother and the baby, it gets dissolved. Beyond this mind, beyond this Atman, the witness, You are that being with which you are using it unconsciously and tasting, touching, feeling, enjoying, having fun with the world. Remember the William Blake? Same poem. He who finds himself joy does the winged life destroy. He who kisses the joy as it flies, he says, lives in eternity, sunshine. Those who stay attached to the life, they die. They let it pass, seeing the detached. You are always detached. So, Astavakra tells us that the level of the mind, you are not attached to anything. In the level of the mind, we do meditation. Level of the body, we do good work. But we are, in Sanskrit, asanga, asangatvam. Nothing is attached to us. Asanga is detached. You look at dream analogy. This body and the mind, we go into dream, right? Have you ever realized you have to be there for your dream, but you are detached from the dream? Isn't it? Consider these two things. You can see separately everyone, and you are separate. You are separate, you are seeing in your dream, things are happening. But have you realized you are separate? You are always there. Unless you are there, there is no dream. And this body and this mind and this body complex, you leave it and go into a dream. And this is where the dream analogy is going ahead and saying that two things, when they're separate, and when you realize it, then you realize that there is you is separate from that body and the mind. In dream analogy, Vedanta goes ahead and explains more in detail. We will do that. And Vedanta gives us this beautiful way that who is experiencing the sound sleep. In a awakened state, you're experiencing, you can hear me and see me. Who is doing that? You know from the Mandakya Upanishad, it is that fourth Sakshi Chaitanya awareness. Jagrat, Swapna, deep sleep, Sushupti, and Turiya. Fourth. Turiya means fourth. We have four existence, all of us. No, we are awake, we have dream sleep, we have deep sleep, and the fourth one. And notice the beautiful analogy in Mandakya Upanishad. The entire Mandakya is talking about Om. Recollect our earlier discussion. Om is A, U, and M. In Mandakya it explains A is waking life, U is the dream life, dream and sleep, and M is the deep sleep. A and U, consciousness lights up the waking state and the dream state. So you witness things. But in deep sleep, only consciousness, no mind, no thought, nothing. And how do you know only consciousness? That is how you know when you wake up, I had a wonderful sleep. But when you say Om, when your breath finishes, then you have to stop and take a deep breath. That's the silence. And that silence is Turiya. And then you start again Om, if you're chanting, prolong, Dirgha. That Om starts again. This silence is that Turiya, is the consciousness. Now, waking state is lit by that consciousness. That's how I experience the world. You can hear me because you're conscious. Dream sleep state, you're experiencing because of the consciousness. So what is it merging into? Waking state merging into consciousness, meaning what? Nothingness. So this is what is called, this world is not real. Dream sleep, this world is not real. You are being powered in the dream sleep by the consciousness. Consciousness is not a thing. It is you in your, that Ishvara within you. And the deep sleep. So what Mandukya actually going ahead and telling us, this world appears to be true. What did 2022 Nobel laureate tell us? Please Google it, study it, it's beautiful. This world is not real. Come, let's take on the journey more as we meet you on Sunday. This Sunday is also a beautiful Durga Puja starting. Will be Maha Ashtami starting off. We would meet again and talk about Durga Mata. Okay? Jai Guru.